There's a 1 in 8 chance that a woman will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. And for Black women, we're more than likely to be diagnosed before the age of 50. Head to BaptistHealth.net right now to schedule your mammogram and be on the proactive side of care. Mammograms save lives.
When the last time you had a prostate screening?
I haven't done.
What about colonoscopy?
I've been thinking about it. I know I have to do it.
Come on, man. You know, we can't wait till something happens. We can't wait for nobody to do it for us. We got to do it ourselves.
Yeah, you're right.
You know? So we got to make it a priority, man.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Full checkup once a year. And make sure you ask the doctors, you get a PSA. And important, make sure you get that colonoscopy. You're 50 now, man. You got to get that done. Okay?
This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Hollow News family? Welcome to another episode of the Can We Talk podcast, our weekly news show where we talk about dope things happening in the community. And we have amazing people and guests on our show. And today is no different. I have missed you guys. We had a 2-week hiatus because of my traveling that I've been doing the last 2 Thursdays. So I wasn't able to get on here as I wanted to because I was inside somebody's airport, but I'm excited to be back today. And today's show is jam-packed. So y'all put on y'all seatbelt. We in for a good little ride. We have some dope guests who are going to be talking about some cool events that they have coming up. Of course, we got the tea and the gossip and the hot topics, news you can use, and feel good news. And so as you guys see, we had to start a little bit later. It has a few technical difficulties on the back end, so definitely let that run a little bit. But also, too, that gives us time to let people come into the comments and come into the room. So I appreciate y'all. I see Wanda Green. Y'all finna the West Park people, y'all finna get it started already. I see y'all. As y'all know, I love to get some love in the comments. So give me some hearts, give me some likes, give me some applause, give me some happy faces, give us some energy in the comment section to let me know that you are watching. Also, too, y'all know our goal is to have 50 lives of viewers at once. So please like and share and comment, but also too, just most importantly, share this with someone that you feel like should know this information or would like the show, because that helps us as we continue to grow the show. And also to want to give a huge shout out to Ashley J, who helped me produce the show today. She is amazing, and we're talking about her coming on helping me to produce the show so we don't have so many delays and setbacks. Hey, I see y'all in the comments. Thank y'all. So yeah, just had some cool, some quick little housekeeping things to talk about. Definitely the West Park. Oh, I love y'all, West Park. Y'all becoming strong. I already know what you're talking about. That's why you saying that, Carolyn, save our city. You talking about West Park, right? But look, let me yes, thank you, Ashley. Thank you. And so definitely want to pull up some things. We have our show going. And I'm pulling up our run and show because we have those, right? And let me see what's going on here. What's going on? All right. We have a few little situations here. Here it is. So I want to make sure I follow. We put all this work into our run a show, so I want to follow it. So I want to talk about one of the reasons why I was away was for the NABJ 2025 Journalism Conference. That is the National Association for Black Journalists, and that is the annual conference that happens every year during the summertime, and it's in a different city. And this year it was in Cleveland, and I was there with my lovely fiance. I saw so many amazing people. It's like a family reunion for journalists. It's a convening of beautiful Black journalists. I love it. I always feel like refueled and re-energized to do the work that I'm doing. And so I learn great things from panels. I get the network. I get to see what people are doing. I've been going to this conference since 2012, since I was a senior in college. And for me, it is just a place that I love, and I feel like when I went to my first NABJ, I felt like I found my tribe. And so anytime I could go, I definitely try to show up. So I just wanted to share a few quick pictures with you all from my experience. Here's me and the hubby. We went to the gala. This was my first time going to the Salute to Excellence gala. I wanted to see what it was all about. Next year, I will be applying for some awards. So I wanted to see what that whole process was. And that was really cool. And of course, who don't like a chance to get dressed up? Oh, that is the Jackie Charles. She is one of the top international investigative reporters for the Miami Herald, one of the top reporters in the country. She's always doing her thing. So here's just some more pictures of us at the gala. Oh, Mr. John Yearwood, he was there. I think he was the international reporter or managing editor for Miami Herald when I was there, and now he's with Politico, so he's doing dope things. Always great to see him. Um, West Park, y'all let us get to that part. Y'all let us get to it. So just here's some more pictures of us. It's Caleb, another dope journalist. Oh, shout out to Laren. If y'all watch Channel 10, leave it to Laren. He's not on Channel 10 anymore, but he's still a dope reporter, dope journalist, and it's always a good kiki and a good conversation when I see him. Shout out to Eric Sellers, who ran for a position on the board. Unfortunately, he didn't get it, but it was his first time out. So salute to Eric and a job race well run. This was a really dope setup that they did. Cool activation out there. So this is us just taking some pictures. Here's the thing, Cleveland, I had no expectations for y'all girls. Like my expectations were through the floor. Like I just did not think it was going to be anything. This is how I felt about our conference in Detroit. And the first I won my first time I applied to Salute to Excellence. Congrats, Ashley. And so for me, I just like did not think anything of Cleveland. I was just like, whatever, we're gonna go, we're gonna have a good time. Of course, NABJ is always a good time, but it just was really a vibe. The people of Cleveland were really cool, like the people that we interacted with. The food was good. The downtown is like a little super mini Chicago, is really clean, dope, like historically, looking buildings. Like it was a good time. I definitely could say I shouldn't have slept on Cleveland. Now I ain't gonna say I'm going there to vacation, but I'm saying this, if you have an event or a conference in Cleveland, I would definitely encourage you to go because they put on for the city. Shout out to Clayton, another journalist I've been knowing for years in the business. He's from Miami. He's also is a contributor to High Low News. So we always got to get our annual picture. I always got to get with the people that I know from Miami at NABJ. This is Harrison. So special funny story, interesting story is that we met each other at our very first NABJ. I think we both were seniors in college, or maybe he was a recent college grad, whatever. We was just new college kids trying to figure out our way in this journalism world, this media world. He is a sports journalist. He has a dope radio show. It's on ESPN Radio. I can't remember the NBA player that he co-hosts with. Forgive me, Harrison, but dope guy. We every year we have to, catch up and take our annual picture. So he's my NABJ day one. One of the people that I met, as an emerging journalist, and we just got along and just always make sure that we see each other and keep up over the years. He's in New York. This is the Jane Kennedy, the icon, the mother of, I pioneer is sports journalism and just journalism as a whole. And that was really, really dope to see her. And ironically, I think the day before, her team reached out to me to interview her in Miami. So we're going to figure that one out because she has a book coming out and she was there being honored at one of the events at schools. They always do the sports stuff. The sports task force, they always do an event. And so, here's me and Ashley, my producer for today. Me and her looking amazing. Come on, body, come on, face. And so, yeah, the sports task force party is always a good time. It's a scholarship party, and they usually have it at a House of Blues, which whatever city they're in. So this was at the House of Blues, and so we just had a really good time there. And just going through some of these pictures. Shout out to Brandon, who y'all just saw. He's a dope independent journalist and media professional. That's me and Tontis. That's my fiance. As y'all can see, we all hug. That's when the drinks was sticking in. Shout out to Kelvin, another anchor out of LA, dope guy. Been seeing him for years at NABJ. So a lot of people we try to get annual pictures in. Shout out to Terrell. He's on Channel 10 in Miami. So I ain't gonna go through all my pictures. It's about 50 of them, but just wanted to give y'all just a quick little understanding and see why I love NABJ, why I have such a good time. That's why I shut it down for NABJ for the most part. Now as an entrepreneur, it 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 is I can't do as much as I want to because I have to do work, but I still try to go and be a part of it. And shout out to our grant um a funder, Press Forward, who allowed us to be able to attend this conference. They gave us a mini grant to cover our travel expenses. So that was just really, really amazing and dope to be able to do that. So shout out to them. Shout out to Graham Ringo, who is our grant director, who helped us get that funding. And so another thing that I wanted to discuss is to this is a very special one, and I want to make sure I pull up this picture because I want to give just a special, just memory in memoriam of the Calvin Jackson. He is a icon in Miami and just in Florida sports. And if anybody know he is was one of the coaches at Miami Northwestern. Um, Sadly recently he passed away, and the community is feeling that loss in a major way. So I definitely wanted to make sure I took time to just shout out Coach Calvin Jackson, and what he meant to the community. Coach Jackson, or Carmen Jackson, is his wife, who was my coach, and when I was at Miami Northwestern. And one thing I wanted to say, just as in memory of who Coach Jackson was, he was so sweet and welcoming. He never made me feel like an outsider. He never made me feel like other. He always embraced me. He always had the funniest like dad jokes, and just a sweet, all around loving guy. He will be totally missed, severely missed. In our community, and I'm just my prayers are with his loved ones. And I definitely wanted to make sure that we took some time out in the show today to give him his flowers, and to show him how much we love him. And ironically, I think the day before I found out he passed, we were shouting him out during an interview that we had with Larry Williams, who is the chairman of the Miami Northwestern Alumni Association. So thank you for that, Eric. And actually, you just missed your shout out. We were talking about you and your run for the board for NABJ. So thank you for those kind words, Eric. But yeah, definitely have to give a shout out to Coach Jackson, because he is a just amazing, true icon when it comes to sports in Florida, and just an amazing mentor and bonus dad to so many of us student athletes. And my prayers and my thoughts are with your family, especially your wife, Coach Carmen Jackson, because y'all love for each other was just so evident, and it was so cute and adorable to watch. And I adored it and I admired it. And so definitely just prayers to Coach Carmen and your son Kevin, and your entire family, and the entire Bull community who is missing you right now. And just praying for your family at this time. So definitely wanted to give that shout out to Coach. And now, because we started a little bit behind, I'm going to just jump around on our runner show, since we have our guest here. I see her backstage. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go, Shanelle. So I want to bring her on the show to talk about this amazing, amazing event that you guys should know about. It is the Beauty Expo weekend, and it is going down in September. But she's going to give you all the information. It's the second annual beauty weekend. It's a premier event for beauty professionals. So without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show Miss Shanelle Salazar. Hey, Shanelle, did I get that correct? Did I say your last name correctly? Because I want to make sure I got the name. Shanelle, you're on mute. You're on mute. Or maybe your audio isn't connected. Let's And we can't hear you. How about do you want to go out and come back in, and then make sure, like, if you look in the settings, it should make sure like what your audio output is what we'll hear. So let's try that again. So look, y'all already know we're live here. Um on Hollow News, and it be live. It be live. The live gonna live. The live be live. And something else that I wanted to talk about while Shanelle figures it out is I wanted to talk about a new grant that we have. Just shout out to the local media association and Comcast, who has awarded us a new grant that we'll be doing some investigative pieces, some fun activations and in-person events talking about the economics of lower income communities and the effects on that. And it's all based on Jay Shetty's research on those topics. And so I'm really excited about this new grant. But the cool thing about it is we'll be in Chicago next week for the local media associations conference, and we'll have a convening to talk about all those cool things. So next week we will be live. I'll be back in studio because I'll be back before this show, but just wanted to give a huge shout out to the local media association and Comcast for this new grant that we were awarded and the work that we're going to be doing. I'm really, really excited about that. So y'all stay tuned for it. And so I'm going to go back to Shanelle to see if she's good to go. Shanelle, are we good to go, or you ready? Look, we won't know the audio good unless I bring you on the screen. You good? Wait, oh no, no. Okay, so Shanelle, look, y'all, we live. This is how we gonna do it. So Chanel, this is what I'm gonna have you do. I don't know. Are you on a laptop? Because that's probably the better thing to do. But if you're on your phone, I don't know if you could see where it says settings, and you want to go to your audio and make sure that you're connected to it. So there's like a little widget at the bottom of the screen, um, and that goes to the settings, and you can see the camera and audio, visual effects. Like it'll have those different things there. So let me, do you see those? Do you have a computer that you could log in on? That may be the better thing because the phone is not always the best. Um, and also too, if you have other windows open, it may not, something may have your audio as well. So we'll give you a few minutes to figure that out, and I'm going to jump to the next segment. Okay. So while Chanel figures that out, we are going to go into some news you can use. And y'all know I love my visuals, so let's get into it. News you can use. Look, look, when Ashley come, we gonna get us some music. We gonna get all the good things together, and it's not just gonna be me singing in the background, okay? So first up in our news you can use segment is we're going to be talking about the series 3 finale of That Part podcast. Who all came? We actually had a packed out building. I was so happy to see the people that came to support us for That Part podcast. I just want to share a few pictures with you guys from that event. So it was, and we're going to have the live yes, we're gonna have it all going on. Yes, Ashley. So we're gonna have the live episode on next week. So if you weren't able to make it, you'll be able to see it. The full episode. We had Rico Love, Ted Lucas, Bushy B, No Dwets, and the marketing team, Space Jenkins. It was a great conversation. At times it got a little bit heated. Sometimes it was funny, but overall, I feel like, to me, if you watch that, especially if you care about the Miami music scene and the culture here, you walked away understanding the current state of the Miami music scene, and how we got here and what our next steps are. So I can't wait for y'all to watch that interview, and if you I mean that podcast episode, and if you weren't there, you definitely will, missed out in person. Also too, we had shout out to Duce Pembroke Pines Lounge. The food was great, the drinks were great. So it was definitely a good time, and me and Papa Keith are going to do more things like this. So let me show y'all some quick pictures from our event. Shout out to Pure Photography, Romeo, who was out there taking photos for us. And this is just
super intentional. So you
situation.
being here, we love you. Let's just take a quick picture and we'll let y'all. Listen, every artist in here, right? I'm gonna speak this into existence. Get with Space, sign a record deal with them. I'm gonna partner with them, and we're gonna put the record out. I spoke that into existence tonight. Wow.
Wow.
part of your record into a
So
record deal with
Ted, you
them.
know what? I'm gonna let y'all watch it.
And we
I ain't
gonna
gonna
let
because
you
I
listen.
the audio may be a little shaky, so forgive me
I
for
believe
that.
in
But
the team of them. I know
Mr.
what they got
Lucas
capability
said
of doing.
something at the end of our episode that I was surprised and I was like, wow. So yeah, y'all gotta watch it to see what he said. But when you to me, what he said was the epitome of put your money where your mouth is, not being all about talk and really being about building that infrastructure of supporting the next big artists to come out of Miami or South Florida. So y'all definitely want to make sure y'all get into that. Look at me and PK posing for pictures and things like that. It was such a good time. It was such a good time, y'all. So we're gonna have an article on High Low News website with photos from the event, so that y'all can check it out. If you took pictures, your photo will be there, so for you to see it. So another story that we want to get into for the news you can use segment is this was an interesting one. So I was on social media and I saw this post from y'all know I'm a huge Funky Dineva fan, right? So I be seeing his stuff on his page. So I thought this was an interesting post. So this new apartment complex or development in South Miami. Now South Miami, y'all, not South Beach, not Brickell. The rent are starting at for a studio at $2,970. And he posed the question. He's like, which one unit would you need in your current income, in your current state and in your income, and could you afford it? And so people were like, yo, this is crazy, like prices. And I feel like now we're like on some New York, LA type prices. Like this is crazy. So starting for a studio apartment, and I can't even see what the square footage is, but here's the thing, it could be 1,600 square foot. Like that is too much, especially to be staying in South Miami. Like we all know from Miami, that ain't even near the beach. That ain't even near the amenities or nothing like that. So you got me staying in South Miami, about 30, 40 minutes away from downtown if it's no traffic. And I'm paying $3,000 for a studio apartment. You mean a room where everybody can see everybody? The bathroom, the living room, the kitchen, everything in one room. You got me effed up. Miami, I don't know what the elected officials need to do. People, we need to rise up because rent control or something needs to happen because this is ridiculous. And y'all see what a 3+ bedroom is? That's over $6,000. You could get a freaking home for that. You could buy your home. Why would anybody pay these prices? It's almost like, who is this marketed to? Is this for rich uh out of towners and people from other countries, people from Dubai and Venezuela and the rich, people from Europe, the rich African oil, I mean diamond miners. Like, who is this for? This is not for the everyday person. And the fact that these are the prices in South Miami just speaks to the times that we are in. Would y'all pay this? Would y'all pay this much to stay in South Miami? Not me. South Miami, that ain't even that ain't even near nothing. Because here's the thing, even though it's ridiculous, I can understand when it's South Beach, Brickell, like near all the things in the hot spots. The prices be ridiculous, but okay, I'm like, all right, you are near everything. To put me way out that way for that much, no, ma'am, no, sir, we not doing it. So this is just another sign of the times, exactly, Wanda, of what it is costing and how, to me, exactly. You can have two mortgages for y'all don't need to know my tea, but my mortgage is half of that 3-bedroom one. And I got way more than 3 bedrooms. So I don't know what if you paying that, child, please. You must be rich. But anyway, I wanted to definitely show y'all that story and have us talk about that. The next story in the runner show is, oh, I like this story. This was the Hungry Black Man. Do y'all follow Hungry Black Man? He Star X Smith is his government. And hold up, let me share this with y'all on the screen. So Hungry Black Man put up a post recently and he was saying that, we as the black community, especially in Miami, should come together and crowd fund for a new hotel development in Miami Gardens. And he was on like 27th Avenue, not too far from 199th Street, If y'all been in 20 on 27 in between 183rd and 199th, next to the police building, there's like a big lot. There's always it used to be a big sand lot before they built the Walmart and that apartment complex, but it's still a portion of it that's still like a big empty lot. So he was over there and he was like, y'all, we should crowdfund and pull our money together so we can have black ownership. So if you guys don't know, Miami Gardens is in the process of developing that whole corridor where near the stadium to be their new entertainment district. There's going to be a hotel and a performing arts center. And so to Starrett's chagrin, I've been watching Gilded Age. So these old schooly words, these old timey words going to be coming out. So to Starrex's disappointment, there wasn't any black ownership, any black developers building anything in that area. So he was like, "Hey, we should come together as a community, crowdfund this, and have a boutique hotel that we have ownership in." Um, there definitely was interesting comments because not everybody was, seeing it the way he was. I personally see it. I have seen this done in different parts of the country. I tagged two people that I knew who started an initiative like this in in Miami, Fabiola and Ernisha Randolph, Fabiola Franceville. Don't get me, I'm saying her name wrong, but Fabiola and Ernisha had this initiative maybe like 10 years ago to buy back the block, and they were buying properties in South Florida and doing in Miami and doing group funding for it. And so I tagged her to see what she thought about it, but she was like, it's a cool idea, but I just hope that there's SEC, reporting, because if you're doing crowdfunding like this, you don't want to have like some issues with shares and stock and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure though, Hungry Black Man or Cyrex is a very smart guy, so he's not going to do something without the proper paperwork. But I feel like I've seen this done in different parts of the country. I feel like as long as we have everything above board, I'm like, why not? Like, why can't it happen? And sometimes you just gotta hope and dream and hope that you could start somewhere. Like everything ain't gonna be perfect, but to me, ownership like this is needed in our community, especially in Miami. And I think this is a way to start that. And to me, I'm like, if there's a way for me to get in to invest in this, I'm totally all for it. And so you guys could follow his page to get more updates on that. He said he's going to be posting a Google Meet and a flyer for all Black South Floridians interested in crowdfunding to buy land and build a Black owned hotel in Miami Gardens next to the stadium. And he's saying this is the first project of many, and we not stand powerless. So shout out to StarX. He's always about building community, building a collaboration between Black people. He does this type of work in Detroit and other cities across the country, but his home is Miami. So he also too is the co-owner of Smith and Webster Restaurants, the new one, Eula May in Miami Gardens. So he's a restaurateur as well as a food blogger, a food reporter or reviewer as well. And he's been doing this thing, has a huge millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers. And so now he's using his platform to crowdfund. So definitely want to give him kudos and shout him out and just share that with y'all just in case anybody was interested in wanting to support something like that. Um, Next on the run of show is this was a very this was an interesting story right here, y'all. I said, nah, how this even happened? Like, let me just I'm gonna run a story for y'all and then we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. So oh, Channel 10 y'all ain't do me a video? Okay, well, I thought this was a video, but let me read it for y'all. So look at the headline, y'all. So this is a local DJ, right? He is being fined because he won't stop running his illegal radio station, right? And for me, you know him, Ashley? That's crazy work. I'm sure people know him. So his name, let's get into the story. We're gonna talk about it. So months after being fined more than $100,000 by the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, for running an illegal radio station, a Miami-Dade man known as DJ AJ 305 went back to operating the illegal signal, then kept at it after the feds nearly tripled the penalty, authority said. And this is all according to WPLG Local 10. We have the information from their website. Just always got to cite our sources. Now DJ AJ 305, whose real name is Abideus Dantes is staring down a felony charge for the pirate radio operation after Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office deputies arrested him Tuesday. Datis 50 was running unique FM on 91.7 FM out of his home in the 1000 block of Northwest 147th Street in the county's Biscayne Garden section, authorities said. According to the FCC, he has been directly involved in the operation of the station since at least 2018, but court records show he was convicted of a charge of unauthorized transmissions or to interfere transmissions to or interference with the public or commercial radio station. The same third degree felony he faces now back in 2008. That charge stemmed from a 2007 arrest by the North Miami Beach Police. He received withheld adjudication. In the intervening period, authorities say Datis hasn't let fines and penalties deter from the airwaves. He received a 120,000 FCC fine on September 6th, 2024, and on February 27th, the agency upped the fine to more than $325,000 after they said they caught him again on the station in November and January, despite the facing the fine. So he recently was arrested. Y'all can read the full article on Channel 10's website, local10.com. But this is my take on it. This is my take. Wait, he big. Oh, he's Haitian. Okay, and I figured that with the last name Datis or Datis. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly. And so I feel like this is a waste of taxpayer dollars. It's a radio station. He is not hurting anybody. He is not, stealing. I mean, they say he's stealing from the airwaves, and they're saying like the reason why this is an issue because the public radio signal is for emergency information, and he's interfering with that. So I get that, but $325,000 for running illegal radio station. And here's the other thing too. I think the reason why I'm not too pressed about this is because everybody know growing up in Miami, we listen to underground radio stations. Like that's where you heard the new music. That's where you heard like cool interviews and new like the most like before social media, like you heard it there first. Like everybody was running at the school in the nighttime listening to underground radio. So I have a special place in my heart for pirate radio stations. But I just feel like y'all, this is too much for Datis. Here's the other thing too, though. I feel like, brother, like don't get yourself caught up with a federal charge and having to go to jail over this. Do it over the internet. I get it. And I know you want to, have this. Having a radio station is like this big deal, but it ain't worth your freedom. I just, yeah, I'm kind of like, I don't think it had to go this far, but I also hope that he kind of like step back and say like, yo, am I gonna go to jail for this? So yeah, uh, I'm not going to jail for a radio broadcast station. Yeah, and I'm like to be fined that much money, over 300K. He could go to YouTube like you or Facebook like everybody else. Exactly. So I don't know why he's so hell bent on having this radio station because it's like, sir, this ain't this ain't worth your freedom. You don't want no Fed charge now. You don't now I get it. I feel like they wasting their time and they've been a little bit too harsh, but the law is still the law. So they're gonna come after you regardless. But we'll see. I thought that was a very interesting story and kind of funny to me because I'm like, sir, $300,000. And that's crazy. I haven't heard of DJ AJ 305, but apparently the people know him. Now we have our guests back in the building. I see Shanelle. Let's see if you ready to go. Hold up. Once you've been caught and warned, it's not worth it. I ain't messing with the feds. Exactly. Mr. Datis. Stop playing with them people and come to the radio and come to the internet like the rest of us. So, Shanelle, yay, we have you back. Let's see
We
if
got you.
we have audio.
Okay. Thank God.
No, thank you so much for figuring it out. Definitely glad to have you on the show. Look, it's live, so sometimes this happens. But I
Part
appreciate
of it.
you.
Okay, well, I'm glad you could hear me now, but I'll tell you a little bit about Beauty Weekend. Beauty Weekend is a here in Business Export that we do once a year at Broad Convention Center in Fort Lauderdale. It's basically about hairstylists, barbers, tattoo artists, skin tech, and nail tech. And now we add in when it comes to the business, when it comes to attorney, leads, contracts, getting your business right, trade name, and grants and programs that's in Fort Lauderdale for all mom and pop business. It's basically a good opportunity to come in on September the 27th from 10 to 6. It's nothing but business people in the building, vendors, and classes right there. And we do it every year. And basically, we have vendors and classes right there.
Chanel, we
And we do
it's a
it
little
every
bit
year at Borough Convention Center in Florida. And that is Beauty Weekend. And we're
you're
going in and
breaking up
out.
a little bit for us. So I'm not sure what your internet connection
Okay.
is where you are, but can you hear me? We'll push through if you can hear me. And there seems to be a little bit of a delay,
Yeah,
but
I'm hearing
we'll
you.
make it work.
I'm hearing you. Are you
Okay,
hearing me?
cool. Yes, I can hear you. So we'll
Okay,
make
I'm
it
not gonna
work.
move.
Yeah. So tell us what inspired you to create a beauty weekend.
Beauty Weekend started at my salon. We have one salon that we started in Fort Lauderdale, and it was basically once a month we used to have meetings with hairstylists and clients. A lot of people buy products and they don't know how to use it or don't know what it's good for. So see, people will see a hair, will see a product, will see something and just think they have to get it because everybody else is doing it. Not every product is for everyone. Then when we started doing it, COVID hit us. After COVID hit us, a lot of people was unable to open the door, and we started doing once a month meeting at hotels just to help other people open back up their doors. Once that grew out of proportion, we started going to the convention center and basically have it for all small business and also in the beauty industry, whether it's skin, makeup, whatever it is. As long as you're in the beauty, we was there. And basically just getting everybody who doors was closed actually help them open back up their doors. And they have so many programs out there that we didn't even know of until after COVID to help people back open their doors and what's lacking. So we joined with the county of the city of Fort Lauderdale that basically, hey, could we have this information at our events? Could we help people get where they lack in? Who do they need to talk to and who they need to meet with instead of just hoping we could get something? We have the people in front of your place and they basically could help you on what needs to be done. So we basically add the beauty and the business together, and that's Beauty Weekend.
Love it. And then so for someone starting out in the beauty industry, how can attending a beauty weekend help them further their career?
Well, I always tell people, doesn't matter what dream you have, whatever goal, go for it, but don't just jump in and open your door. Go do some volunteer hours. Go test it out. Go look at it because you might say, "Hey, I want a full blown shop," and then when you started looking at the backing of it, you might change your mind. So I would tell people, go to other people. People always looking for volunteers. People is always looking for help out or look for a coach before you jump the gun and put all that money and finance into business, and it may not be what you're looking for or what you thought it would basically give. And that's what Beauty Weekend basically try to give you all the information before you make a mistake. We eliminate that. So you could get your different step in the feet before actually putting all the expense instead of doing the job until you actually say, you know what, this is what I want to do. After you decide this is what you want to do, then you can move further and say, okay, you know what, I'm ready to open a salon. I'm ready to open a bar. But you know what, I just might just rent a chair. So it all depends. You test it out and see if it's for you.
That's what's up. And so, it's a 3-day weekend. It's a lot going on. Can you break down some of the activations and things that people can expect when they come to beauty weekend?
Well, Beauty Weekend Friday night is networking night. We love networking. Everybody bring out your business cards and give everybody opportunity to talk about their business. We have a lovely host that does excellent business, Black Excellence. She's one of the hosts. She talks about people getting their business open and where to connect. Then we have an investment group that basically tell people how to get finance, how to write grants, and how to get help instead of just only using your money. Saturday, we basically go through the whole day with basically panelists, basically talkers, classes, teachers, and vendors, whether they make their products or resell their products. And we have daycare. People need their kids to be with them, put them in camp, let they have a fun time whilst you get to upgrade your business and learn about your son, your business. Then when it comes to Sunday, all right, we're done. Let's go to brunch. Let's go to Las Olas and hang out, get some brunch, and also do some networking out there. And we had a fun, educating weekend, and we'll catch you next year. And that's Beauty Weekend, the breakdown of Beauty Weekend.
That's amazing. And if you guys were looking at the screen, we had the website up there so people can know how to connect and get more information. Shanelle, before I let you go, is there anything about Beauty Weekend that you want people to know about? Also, too, like ticket prices, if there are there different tiers and where they can get
Well,
more information.
okay, so ticket prices is a flat rate of $55. If you want to go VIP and your different passes, they do have opportunities. $55 get you in the building with all your classes, all your workshops. You're able to attend anything you need to attend for the full day for $55. You go on our website at www.thebeautyweekends.com and you can read all the information on there. And you can also listen to the beat 1035. They do have games and raffles going on to give free tickets, and also the social media Beauty Weekend. They are doing different social media games to help you have opportunity to win tickets for Beauty Weekend.
That's what's up. Wow, this is amazing. Like, how many people are you expecting to come to your event?
We basically bring out about a good 1,500 people for the weekend. The whole day's people, either we have a morning crowd or a night crowd, one way or the other, everyone come out and give their support and have their business in the building. And we also
That's
have
amazing.
vending spots available. $300. You have a whole weekend to have your table and show at your product and make back your money and let people know what you're selling.
That's what's
So there's
up,
another
Chanel.
opportunity.
Yeah, no, this is amazing. Great turnout, and like, hopefully, the Hollow News family, make sure y'all sharing this information, especially people who are in the beauty industry or aspiring barbers or beauticians or estheticians. Like, this is just a great place for people to learn more about this. Chanel, let people know how they could follow you guys, where they could get tickets, your website, all of those things. Let's plug that information for them.
Weekends.com. You go on the website and whatever you're looking for, everything is on there. It gives you your ticket. Even if you want to be a teacher or a coach or panelist, you do have the opportunity to log in and you're able to win $500 on your battle. Log in, put in your information, and come show your information and come show your work on that stage. Beauty Weekend at Yahoo. You're able to send us an email and we could send you out that's needed.
That's what's up. Thank you so much, Chanel, for coming on. Guys, I know Chanel had a few audio issues, but we're gonna have this on our website with links to get your tickets, and more information. So if there's anything, also too, I encourage you to go to the website. It is beauty. Let me see. It's the beautyweekends.com. So make sure you guys get information there. You can follow them on social media, DM them or contact them directly for more information for tickets, or if you want to be a vendor. And like I said, we're going to have an article on our website with links and everything. So if you're interested in attending, you can go. Actually, you have more than a month from time before the event. So you got a lot of time to save your money or get your things together. It's a very inexpensive ticket. So I would say definitely go out there and support quality information for a great price. Chanel, thank you so much for coming on. We got to do this again. We need a do-over, and we're gonna make sure
Yes,
we
we
got
do.
all the technical information together. Also, too, you were one of our Woman Crush Wednesdays. I think a couple of weeks back or maybe a couple of months ago. So
Yes,
definitely
I
been
was.
supporting. Yes, we've been supporting what you've been doing over here at Hollow News for a minute.
Thank you so much. It's very hard to keep it going, but that's part of life.
That part, that part. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your event and much success to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good one. Thanks.
You too.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Yay, I'm so glad we were able to get that figured out with Chanel. She, that's a dope event. And shout out to her PR team, Ms. Midori. I always get the name of it. Let's see. Midori Star Media Group. They reached out to us and they made sure that we connected with Chanel. So shout out to her. I'm going to move right into our next guest because I see him backstage, and because the show was we're a little bit wonky, we're a little bit out of the flow of things. but definitely want to make sure that we get him on the show. Hold on, I'm gonna do something real live because I need my fiance's help real quick because I just spilled my smoothie all over my desk. So, babe, can you bring a towel down here real quick for me as I get ready for my next guest? Y'all, this is a live today. I don't know why the enemy trying to make me have so many issues today, but I am going to push through because that's what we do, right? So as I get wait for him to come down and help me out, I'm gonna bring my next guest on the show. He has an amazing event called the State of Black Food. I remember I went to it. It was before the pandemic, and I remember going and I thought it was so dope and amazing. And Chef Chad Cherry and his wife Karen have been doing amazing things in the culinary scene here in South Florida, and now they're taking this show on the road and they're taking it to Black Wall Street, but they're still a South Florida connection because a lot of South Florida chefs will be headlining and doing some amazing cooking demos and panel discussions. And so, without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show a friend of the show, Chef Chad Cherry. Hey, what's up? I think you're on mute, Chef Chad.
You know that mute always get me, even on
It's
Zoom
getting
calls.
everybody.
That mute is wild, man. What up, family? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, technical issues just mean this is gonna be the dopest show ever, right?
That part.
That part. That's what we calling it right now, the dopest show ever. And I'm gonna lean my thing down because I'm like, I have a bright ass light right behind my head. Don't mind me. We live. Let's get it.
Oh, that's fine. Look, you could adjust. You see, I'm adjusting my screen as well.
I was
Um,
supposed to be in the office, but today has been a day. Good
mm,
ways, good
I
news,
bet.
good stuff. But yeah.
Look, and honestly, that's a great lead into the conversation because you have this amazing event that you are kind of like relaunching with the State of
Mm-hmm.
Black Food. So tell us all about the State of Black Food. What is it? What is this amazing event?
Man, I'm gonna start with some framings. First, I will tell you what it is not. It is
Mhm.
not a food festival,
Okay.
right? Like, it's not a food festival. This is an important distinction. The core of State of Black Food is Black culinary entrepreneurs, independent Black culinary entrepreneurs coming together and figuring out how do we own food and culture. And let me explain, right?
Mm,
Black folk in this country, we don't have an industry that we can claim as ours. We own this industry. But food and culture are things that we could absolutely own. So how do you do this, right? It starts with intentionality, especially in a time and place where we're literally being attacked, right? So
part.
we create an environment where the whole ecosystem, so people like yourself that help us amplify and tell our authentic stories, right? And control our narratives. People that are in tech like Black Tech Street, right? Chefs that are in film, right? People, it's the whole ecosystem. So all the culinary professionals, all the chefs, everybody from someone who's James Beard Award winning to your auntie with the fish fry, we can come together in this historic land, right? In this space of Black Wall Street, and we can build together in a way that is authentic to us, where we ain't trying to be somebody else, where we can figure out how do we expand our opportunities. I fully believe exposure expands your opportunities. So with State of Black Food, 4 days, we are going to be exposing these professionals to stuff they haven't thought of and showing them how to use their food to do more than feed people, how to make a real impact.
I love that. Love that. And that's what I always like. What I really connected with when I went to the first one, I think was at the Fort Lauderdale Performing Arts Center
Yeah,
there.
Lauderhill. Yep.
Yeah, Lauderhill. And so I thought that was really dope what you were doing for culinary professionals. So Chef Chad, if for the everyday person, is
Yeah.
there something there for me, or is this just for culinary professionals?
Nah, bro. Thank you for that question, sis. Listen, absolutely something there for you. Like, first and foremost, I believe everybody should be an entrepreneur of some sort. Now, there are multiple kinds of entrepreneurs. Entrepreneur doesn't mean you are running a business. You can be what's called an entrepreneur, which is basically being an entrepreneur in someone else's business. There's a lot of ways. Point is, this is about us as Black folk coming together and claiming a space. Even if you're not in culinary and you're an entrepreneur, this is for you. If you're in tech, this is for you, right? We have 3 pillars. If you're in media or news, this is for you, right? Because the people that feed people like myself, we need y'all, right? Like I need to be able to call my sister and be like, yo, Janae, hey, how do we tell this story? Hey, Janae, how do I make sure media bites? How do it like we need y'all? And by doing that, by having regular folk there, we start to close the ecosystem. Everybody that comes adds value to a way. And that's how we start to leverage our food. We know the food is going to open the door, but now I need somebody else to help me walk through it.
And that food is real good, y'all.
Thank you.
The
Yeah,
chefs
this
that being
belly here,
featured,
so
they could cook.
yeah, and there will be food there. You're right. Like there's going to be a lot of food there, but I don't want people to think it's only food because you're right. Because we're gonna eat good, yo, Janae. We are going to eat good. Yeah.
And that's what I cannot wait to be there. We'll be doing some media activations there, doing interviews on site, and just helping to amplify and tell that story of the state of Black food and all of the dope chefs and culinary professionals there. Chef Chad, tell us why you decided to have the event in Black Wall Street and what the significance of that is for you.
Yeah, listen, I get it. Coming out of Florida, you like Oklahoma? I don't know. It's a whole thing. You like, hey, do they even have paved roads out there? I get it, right? Like I get it. This is me and the chefs. We joke about this all the time because you can literally walk down to downtown and see a horse somewhere. Like it's wild.
Really?
But
you serious?
I'm serious. But this historic city is like no other. First of all, it is a city, so we got electricity and running water. East Coast family, okay. It is a city. It's amazing. We have some of the dopest people here ever, but more importantly, like I said, we're literally in an environment where we're being attacked. If you see what's happening to Black women executives losing their jobs, if you see what's happening to support when people that were supposedly allies, all of a sudden now they're not doing DEI. If you're an ally, why do you have to do DEI? If you support us, you shouldn't have to be told to support us. So
exactly.
When I look at solutions, I'm like, nah, let's bring it back. Like our ancestors, they had it right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I draw a lot of strength from my Haitian family because I'm like, y'all were the first people to literally break free. You look at our ancestors, like the things that they were able to accomplish with none of the tools that we have, that's called a blueprint. So we don't have to necessarily look to someone new. We need to look to the past, take cues from them and modernize it. So being on this historical soil of Black Wall Street, doing the connection, realizing that most Black people can draw some kind of direct connection to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right? Like literally, I mean, just short story. I went to the gym. I saw a dude, I'm joking with my son. I was like, yo, that gotta be Snoop's uncle. He's like, yo, that look just like him. Sure enough.
You mean right? Snoop Dogg, the rapper?
Like his uncle, yeah, from Tulsa. Right? Like, no BS. And I went to my first time here. They have a memorial plaque. And I was doing the Black Wall Street tour and I saw my family's name on the plaque. Our last name is Cherry. There ain't a lot of Black folk named Cherry. And we have missing family members. And I'm like, how did we get here? But it makes sense when you understand the context that Oklahoma was going to be the first Black state in the country. The first Black millionaires in the country were two women that were here in Oklahoma and they struck oil.
Wow.
And then they said, oh, wait. We can't allow this because what happened was when they moved all the indigenous folk from the East Coast, the Trail of Tears, right, where they literally gave them smallpox in a blanket because they foul like that. Indigenous folks had slaves, but they didn't treat slaves like our other counterparts did.
Chattel slavery, yeah,
right. It wasn't the same thing. So when they got to Oklahoma, they freed their slaves and gave them land. They did what the other folks should have done. And we built thriving towns here. We had so many cities. So we were going to become the first Black state. So once oil was struck and they realized that we were on the verge of that, the first thing they did was say, no. We got to go ahead and switch this up real fast. And so that's why I'm saying there's so much history here that relates to all of us, even me being from New York really quick. Like there wouldn't have been a Harlem Renaissance without the knowledge from Oklahoma, from after the massacre, people going to New York, right? Because they had to leave here. They lost everything. But they took their knowledge and their business savvy here. They took it to Chicago. They took it to Detroit, right? They picked up. We had more Black millionaires in the early 1900s here than anywhere else. And so that's what I said. You literally feel it in the soil. And it's just different, bro. Y'all got to come out and vibe with me and understand what I'm saying. It's just different.
No, thank you first of all for this history lesson. It's always dope talking to you anyway, because we have these type of conversations offline. So it's good to have this in front of people. So can you talk to like some of the activations or activities that you're going to do? Because I do know outside of the festival and the food and the panels, there are going to be like tours and things like that. So give us some of the highlights on what people can expect at the State of Black Food.
All right, I hope you're recording this. I got a dope 60-second pitch. I've been practicing this. We ready. We gonna go.
We got it.
We got it. Okay, so 4-day conference. We kick off on Thursday, August 28th with a media day. Our VIPs and national media people like Janae Tate will be doing live interviews because we got to get coverage. Then we're going to do a chef showcase. So that means if you're not coming to the whole conference, but you want to meet some of the dope chefs, come holla at them. After the chef showcase, we're going to actually kick off the conference with a show, a film screening of Finding Edna Lewis, now Emmy award-winning Finding Edna Lewis, which was a PBS documentary moving to streaming, hosted by Deb Freeman, a Black woman executive producer. So if you want to know how to get into producing, holler at her. Then we're going to kick it because you got to have a party. I want to party with my people. Friday, August 29th, we're going to do our conference day. Now, this is all the things you expect: panels, workshops, but even more, right? We're going to be talking about personal and professional development. We're going to be talking about owning and telling your authentic story. And we're going to be talking about your future. And what that means is, how do we move together as a people, and how do we leverage technology for our businesses? So that's why I said everybody should be there. That night, we're rolling over to a brewery for our family dinner. The following day, we go out to Guthrie Green, which is like the Central Park of Tulsa, just much smaller. And we start out with mindfulness and meditation. This is our health and wellness day. Chefs rarely ever center themselves. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to do healthy cooking demonstrations with Eat Well Exchange. They're coming out. You know, Jasmine and Ashley, they're super dope. Yeah, you know the sisters. They're going to be out there. Miami's in the building. And then we're going to talk, we're going to have a farm to table conversation. But since this is a whole park, we also have mental health activations. We also have other farmers. Like, it's a whole health and wellness for the first part of Saturday. Get yourself grounded. Then we go to Circle Cinema, which is our private theater. And we're going to showcase the food that fuels. Because like I said, we're all about telling our story here at State of Black Food. So we're going to show it from everything from film to social media. Come back to Black Wall Street for Black Wall Street tours, because you got to do that, right? Cody Ransom is our resident griot and storyteller for the whole event, historian, amazing brother. That night, though, we go to our Culture Awards Gala, hosted by KJ Kearney from Black Food Fridays, definitely one of the top Black social media influencers in the country. We're awarding ourselves because we want to create a different standard of what excellence looks like. And you got to come fly for that one. The following day on Sunday, which is our final day, we wake up, we're going to go to church together. We're going to Transformation Church, Pastor Michael Todd, Black man mega church here in Tulsa. Most people don't even believe this church is in Tulsa. Amazing worship experience. From there, we're going to brunch because, we got to brunch together. That's a whole vibe, right? Got to eat. Then we going back down to Black Wall Street for some boots on the ground and a little bit of outdoor fun, getting it in. And finally, that night, we're going to have certified master chef Daryl Schuler. Oh, let me put some sauce on his name correct. The first African-American certified master chef in the country, one of 73 in the world, is doing a master class for us to teach us what he's calling global culinary skills, basically Michelin star type level situations. And we get that man all weekend and get to build with him. We also have some crazy folk that are coming to the building. We've got professors who are entrepreneurship chairs for Entrepreneurship Manhattan University. We've got people that work with the Walmart Retail Readiness Program. We have the top executives from LinkedIn, right? We have people sitting in chairs that own multiple, upwards of like 20 different concessions at airports around the country. We have people in the building like Aaron Haynes, right, from the 19th, or Delano Massey from Axios, right? Wow. We have people in the building that could literally, if y'all vibe, you could be up out of your situation, right? And that's what the point is. And this is going to be folk that's hanging out, partying with you. They're not going to be separate. It's not going to be some couch in the middle of the room roped off. This is going to be for us to really build strength together.
Yes, definitely. Oh, so she's the new NABJ
Is she the
president, and
new
she's gonna
president?
be
Did she
there.
get it? I know
Yeah,
she.
she won. Oh, okay. I
Let's
thought
go,
that name
sis.
sounded
Let's go,
familiar.
sis. Yeah, Erin is really dope as a person. Like, really dope.
Yeah, I was happy to see that she won the president. So that's gonna be cool to see her there, man. First of all, great commercial. You do this. You do this. I love it. I
Thank
love an interview where people know how to hit their points. Um, Chef Chad, because we're all
you.
about South Florida. I would love to give some love to some of the South Florida chefs or personalities that are going to be, headlined or featured at the State of Black Food.
My gosh. So there's a lot, but I'm gonna hit y'all high level.
Just
So
a few, a few of them.
just a
Then I
few.
guess.
So we got Chef Lex coming out. She actually runs with the Walmart team. So she's going to be in Bentonville and then coming through. Chef Irie, that's our brethren. He's always been down with everything. And excuse my terrible Jamaican accent. Chef Stefan, who was the head of the Haitian Culinary Alliance. He now has Roots Heart and Soul podcast with Chef Ty Richards, Stefan Durant. We have Chef Tony Francois, who just came from doing a year in Africa in Marrakesh, working in an exclusive resort there as the executive chef. Chef Fifi, the Geisha House chef, she's crazy. My young protege, Chef George. There are probably Alain is supposed to come. Alain Lemire, our bro
Okay.
who did Alain. He taught Luda how to cook. Like he did the show, like teaching Luda how to cook.
Really? Oh, okay.
And that's just like TV, but like he's been to like the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, teaching classes there. Like he's the truth in the booth. Plus we have a lot of folk coming out of South Florida. As you know, chef culture started in South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the first State of Black Food was there. And at that first State of Black Food, we was pushing up on almost 300 people over the 3 days, right? There's a lot of folk that have since come and gone and transitioned. There's a lot of people that don't live in South Florida anymore that are coming together. So South Florida is going to be probably, I think, Atlanta might give South Florida a run for their money. I was going to say South Florida might have the most chefs. Atlanta is trying real hard this year to give South Florida a run for the money, but South Florida and Florida in general, some Orlando chefs, some Jacksonville chefs will be coming out. But yeah, Florida in the building.
I love it, love it, love it. Chef Chad, like, what is it to register? Like, give us some like information on like prices or like how packages work out for people to attend.
I'm going to tell you a secret. I need your audience to pay attention.
All right,
The
now.
price is $4.99 for 4 days. That includes all your meals. We take care of everything. Plus, that ain't nothing, right? That ain't nothing. But folks that are listening to High Low News, Janae does have her own code, FYI. She had to get that to y'all offline. But you can go to Chef Culture on IG, on Facebook, wherever. You can go to State of Black Food on IG, on Facebook, wherever. And we've got a code that's active for about 2 more days. That's a real discount. It's a real special one. It's about, I was going to say about 150 off. Yeah, it's about that. It's a good code. And like I said, once again, this includes meals. And if you go to conferences like I do, like I know Janae does.
That's also their food.
Let me tell you, man, I'm used to paying a G or more to go to a conference, and I'm still going to buy food multiple times and still take care of stuff. We're really taking care of everybody. So you can find all the information on social media. If you click our link tree in the social media tab, or you go to our website, stateofblackfood.com. If you financially don't have it, you can use Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay to pay for not only your hotel, okay, but your ticket, get your stuff, you bundle it all in. So that's the code. That's the code right in the middle. Not that. That's fresh. Go back up one more. They have a code. Yeah, that code's there too. Yeah. We put it up. We kind of hid the code in several places. If you go to, and if it's the Chef Culture link tree or stateofblackfood.com to use Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay. That way you can buy your tickets and pay later. And yes, I feel you, fam. We love discount codes. We trying to make sure that people can come to. I don't want anybody to have an excuse. Like, you can't tell me you didn't know about it. You can't tell me you couldn't afford it. Like, we are making it happen because that's how much we want to see our people win. That we are making sure that it's affordable and accessible for everyone. And if you really ain't got it, call me. Get to Tulsa. We'll take care of the rest, fam. You're gonna volunteer, but we got you. Right? Like we're gonna get it done. Oh, and by the way, Black Wall Street is known as Greenwood Ave. So that's something just to say, like when you get here, it's Greenwood, but everybody else calls it Black Wall Street. Greenwood Ave.
Love it. Look, I'm so excited and looking forward to this. Like, my fiance is right now in between seeing if he can be able to make it. He was like, "Why didn't you remind me? I really want to go to this." I was like, "I'm so sorry. We had so much going on with NABJ and everything, but if he ain't there, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna be eating all the food."
He's got to come, and I know y'all are doing so many things. I also, Janae, like our event partner is PBCI. So it's Bridget Baker. They're based out of Atlanta. I say that because, and you see it right on the website, the back end, the organization, this is what they do. And I say that because even if you guys don't make it out here, when you go to Atlanta, they got that out there. She will show you so much love, take you around the city. You're going to connect with her personally, but tell your husband he might miss a few things. He's going to miss a lot of things. I'm not going to lie. But, we can still meet up in the city and all of us build.
Yes, definitely. Look, give them one more time, Chef Chad, how to get their tickets, the website, your social media, all the things so they could connect and be in the building on August 28th through August 31st.
Thank you. I'm going to speak slow and enunciate. So to get your tickets, we made it simple. All roads lead to stateofblackfood.com. Stateofblackfood.com. There's a spot where it says tickets. You click tickets. When you want to buy your tickets, you can just pay for them, or you can go with Klarna, Affirm, or Afterpay. As you see right here, you see the ticket prices, you see the VIP prices. There's add-ons, of course, because we're a conference, we got to make that happen. And there's one-day pass. If you can't remember stateofblackfood.com, go to Chef Culture, and that's culture with a K. Chef Culture on Instagram, on Facebook, right? On all the places. And you can find links to the websites. You can find links to the podcast. Well, not to our podcast, to our show. We put a link up there for you today. But that's where you can get tickets. And if you can't remember any of those things, man, send a smoke signal. No, for real, DM any of the chefs that you see, and they will point you in the right direction. But there's basically no excuse. So stateofblackfood.com, Chef Culture on everything. We got you. And I'm Chef Chad Cherry. I know the CHs is a lot, but we here.
It's a lot, but I love it. It kind of flows. Look, Chef Chad, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for reaching out to High-Low News and now allowing us to be a media partner for this amazing event. Guys, you're going to see definitely, we already started running our ads and promos of State of Black Food, so you'll have information there. So there's so many places to be able to connect and get the information. Yes. You still have time to get your flights and your hotel as well. The hotel was like definitely super affordable for me as I was looking at different places. Yeah. So it's to me, I'm like, I wanted to, because it was an excuse for me to get to Tulsa. I'm like, there's no other, I was like, I don't know when I'll go. So I was like, I need to make this work because I love the story of Black Wall Street. So why not enjoy a great conference as well as getting to see this historic town that we all learned so much about over the years. So kudos to you, Chef Chad, and your wife, Karen, and the whole crew over there at Chef Culture and the State of Black Food for what you guys are doing. This is dope. And I'm looking forward to growing and working with you guys as more and more over the years.
And kudos to you. And thank you so much. I so appreciate you and all the love that High-Low has always shown us from day one. Janae, you already know you're fabulous, and we got your back in everything.
Thank you, Chef Chad. We'll just have some food, a plate waiting for me as soon as I get off the plane.
I got him. Actually, you playing. Let me know when you arrive. I'll come pick you up personally. No Ubers or Lyfts needed. I'll come to the airport for you.
I'll definitely let you know. I'm still in the process of booking my flight. As soon as I get all of that, because I got my hotel. As soon as I get that squared away, I'll let you know. But I'm really, really excited about this. This is going to be a good time, y'all. The food, like I've been to Chef Chad, them, they don't play. Even though, like you said, it's not a food festival, but it's almost like how you have events with chefs and like it's gonna be some
It's gonna
place.
be something. We not eating
It's
regular.
gonna be
We not.
something around, and it's always a good time. And just always loved about the crowd or the group that comes to your events, especially the conference. It's just like solid, great people. Like it's a
Mhm.
good time. I feel like like those are people that like that. I feel like my tribe. Like it feels like home when you're there, whether you're a chef or not. Like it feels like a big family reunion.
If if I can say one last thing too, because I know
Hmm.
time is thing. Yes, and sis Ravita, it's gonna be a great trip. But like she said, like Janae said about people, we're not the gatekeeping crowd. This is a crowd of very high achieving folk, black folk, that if you ask them for the recipe, they're gonna give you everything down to the last ingredient. They're gonna say, "This is how you do this is how you do that." Yo, how do I get on TV? Yo, how do I produce a film? Yo, how do I become a social media influencer? Yo, how do I use this tech platform? Yo, how do I we are going to give it away because that's what we believe in as a community. So you're right. This is a family thing, and this is for people that are serious. If you're a gatekeeper, this ain't for you.
Mm. That part, and he's telling the truth. Man, y'all make sure y'all follow Chef Culture, Chef Chad, State of Black Food. Get your tickets. You still have time. I hope to see you guys in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as we're touring around Black Wall Street and getting all this culinary information and just information too for entrepreneurs and people
Yep.
interested in the business. So it's so many things, so for so many people. And once I find my discount code, we'll have it on the website for you guys so
I'll
that
send you
you
another one. I got you.
yeah, send it to me and we'll make sure we put it up there for our Hello News family. Thank you so much, Chef Chad, for coming on the show. I appreciate you. Always a pleasure. Always a great conversation.
All right, sis. Appreciate you. Y'all have a good one, South Florida. See y'all soon.
And thank you. Bye, Chef. See
Later,
you
later.
soon. Man, Chef Chad, first of all, he be cooking his ass off. That man, Anthony, he's just I remember seeing him like all over like the news and everything. Like he was like the chef to see. I remember like he had a run back in like I would say right before COVID, like every newspaper, there was something going on. Like Chef Chad was that guy. So if you're in South Florida, especially if you follow that culinary scene, like he definitely was making a lot of moves and doing different things. So yeah, we love a discount code. What's up, Justin? Thank you for joining in and watching. I see some of my NABJ family, ESPN family dropping in. I appreciate y'all for showing love. Y'all, we got to figure out how I'm a pivot, because some of these things, you know, we're gonna do a quick run through for some feel good news because I actually want to share some of this stuff because it may be a little stale by the time we get back to it. So let's get into some feel good news. Feel good news. Feel good news. Y'all know I love my graphics. So the first feel good news story of on the show is back to school time, y'all. You guys had some amazing kids, some beautiful kids. We wanted to give some love to some of our Hilo News family that shared some photos with us. So as I have that coming up on the screen here, I want to share some of these photos with you guys. So shout out to everyone who shared those photos with us. And so I am going to put those on the screen. So I have one where this one is a special one for me because this is my Puka Wuka, Miss Deani James, my niece. Deani on her first day of first grade, big girl school. So that is her getting ready for school. I actually have a video here that I want to share because it was so funny of her getting ready for school. She's in the car just doing her thing. So let's see if it'll allow me to share this tab with y'all. Let's right. Y'all see Bonnie. So shout out to Miss Deani James, our honorary correspondent for Hilo News. Yes, we gonna keep showing the kids. So next up is the beautiful let me see her name here. Keisha Caper share her beautiful baby on her way to school. Oh my gosh. I love a good first day of school photo. I love it, love it, love it. And so am I still here with you guys? Because it's saying I lost my connection. We forgot to connect to our she lit. Yep, she sure is. Am I good? Somebody give me a thumbs up in the chat to make sure we good. Hey, okay, we got Nene. Yes, grandma, big girl, Ani Pooh. So yes, we have Keisha Capers' beautiful daughter here. I think this is Onyx. Shout out to Keisha Capers and her beautiful daughter on the first day of school. As I was saying, I love me a good first day of school photo. Kids are so cute. I don't know if you guys saw that. Little Janae and Tontus. Justin, get out of our comments cussing like that. We know we don't want no kids yet, Justin. Get away from us. We just enjoying other people kids first day of school. Okay. Get away from us with that. Get away from me with that Apollo. No kids yet. So shout out to Keisha and I think this is Onyx here. So also too of my girl Tiffany, oh her beautiful daughter. She's on her way to school. I think she's in the ninth or 10th grade. So she's beautiful. Yes. Shout out to her. So look, we'll still keep this going with the school pictures. No back to school. Justin, go ahead with that. We'll still keep it going because we posted this kind of late. So if you didn't see the post, but you still want us to show your baby back to school pictures, you could DM us or tag us or put your picture right on the post that we have. Tag us on Instagram so we can show your beautiful kids off to the world. I love a good first day of school photo. The kids look so excited. They be so cute. Sometimes they be funny because they don't be wanting to take the picture, but it's all love and we love education. We love that the kids are excited to go back to school and learn. And I know parents, y'all ready to get their ass out y'all house and back into that school. So another cool story that I wanted to share, speaking of education, was Dr. Steve Gallen. Y'all know he's a friend of the show and just wanted to shout him out. He was the keynote speaker at Norwood Elementary in North Dade area. And so he kicked off their back to school um um event that they do at the school. And we ran an article. You could read the full thing there on High Low News. But the thing too that I found out that was kind of interesting about that is it's just not a normal thing for your school board member to be um the keynote speaker. And I would say normal, but it's just like they don't do it all the time. So the fact that he was asked, that's significant within itself. And Dr. Gallen travels the country speaking and doing things like that. So he did this for free for the school, and he not only like spoke to them, but gave them like tools and resources on how to improve their work that they're doing with the kids. Oh yeah, Tamila, you missed it. We had that was Onyx, right? We had Keisha's baby up there for back to school. So yes, it was Onyx. Yeah, okay, I was right. So yeah, definitely want to give back to Dr. Gallen. Just wanted to give him a shout out there for what he did. And also too, the 10 North group and principal Dr. Kevin Williams asked him to be the speaker there. And something that was a treat for the teachers were they got a free copy of his book, which is a deep dive and a breakdown to his career in education and things that he did to become a successful teacher, principal, and administrator. And so the teachers were there, as you can see, they were excited to get signed copies from him. We have a whole, like I said, article there about what this was. So I would definitely encourage any educators to read this article. It was really good. He broke down a lot of things that helped him to be successful as a teacher. So anybody who's in the education world, I would definitely share that with you, and share that with someone. You can go to Hello News website right now to read that full article. So wanted to give that feel good news. And the last thing in our feel good news story is Rick Ross. Just want to give him a quick shout out as well because he launched a new luxury bag line. Want to give a shout out to Tiffany Ramos. I saw she was doing some PR work with that launch. So my girl is doing her thing with the PR. So let me make sure this is on the screen for y'all to see. But Rick Ross launched a new luxury bag line and it is really dope. I actually want to check out the sunglasses from this line. They look really cool. And so this was only in day. We got this post from them, but we'll probably do our own post on Hello News. But this is just to get the information out to you guys real quick. We don't mind sharing the information. So the new line is called RR22, or I guess is it RR22? Not sure the full name, but that's the how it's spelled. And he had a launch event last week. So he had bags and a fashion show. So these things look really dope. Y'all got to check out Rick Ross. Of course, he's home team. So we always want to support. It's a black owned business. Always want to support that as well. So wanted to share this information with y'all. Kudos to Rick Ross launching RR22 vegan luxury bag line with Jasmine Kendrick by his side. Yes. Oh, that was is Jasmine his girl? Okay. So profile fashion event. Just reading that headline for y'all. So yeah, shout out to Rick Ross. Wanted to share that fully good news. We want to take this time for feel good news to shout people out who are doing positive things and cute things and things that are funny as well. So if you guys have ideas for feel good news that you want to be featured, make sure y'all hit us up in the DMs on Instagram or email us at info@highlowNewsMiami.com. No, that's not our email. It's info@highlownews.com if you want to be featured in the Feel Good News segment. So, ran through that real quick so I could get to these hot topics because I know y'all West Park people all in my comments. Y'all started off doing the most, doing the most, dipping it and doing it all in my comments. But let's kick this off with some hot topics. And y'all know we got our graphics, so let's get into it. Hey, hot topics. That's hot. I be cracking myself up. Ain't nobody's gonna laugh at here. I'ma laugh because these little things be making me laugh when I make my own little sound effects. We gonna get our sound effects together one day, but right now it is time for hot topics. And the first hot topic that we want to jump into is the city of West Park. West Park, why y'all can't get it together over there? Why y'all always got some shit going on with West Park? What's up, Wanda? West Park in the building. Y'all put some parks in the comments for me. Let me know West Park. So this is what, and this drama ain't as deep as the other ones, but I just was like, oh my gosh, West Park again. So let me pull up the post that I saw on social media here. So apparently the city of West Park was not able to um have quorum in their last city council meeting because 3 council members decided not to show up. So this is the picture that I saw on social media. This is Derrick Jones Jr. posted this. Let me put this up for y'all to see. And I'm just like, West Park is West Parking again. Why the people ain't show up? Somebody in the comments let me know why they didn't show up. The leaders must care more about the city than their own personal agendas for change to take place. The current city has 2 cults, one West Park and community first controlling them hard to believe we have senior residents endorsing and promoting them. Immature leaders. Oh, ooh, Curtis, Curtis, 3 commissioners holding the city hostage. Wow. So why are they doing this, y'all? What's the back and forth fight? And that's crazy because I can't remember this guy's name right here, but it always seemed to be him and the mayor that be trying to keep the things going, or at least showing up. And the other 3, was that the lady Touch the Stones? Is Touch the Stones not there? Touchstone, she not there? So, anyways, let me read this post and we're gonna get into it. So, on this post, Derek says that West Park City Hall disrespect to the people. Hey, oh, let me I gotta figure out how to not have the comments jump up when I'm on Facebook because I don't want y'all seeing private conversations. That wasn't nothing serious, but just in case somebody do run in my comments, I don't want to betray their privacy. So anyways, let's get back into what Derek had to say. West Park City Hall disrespect to the people. Tonight, 3 commissioners failed to show up, leaving the community waiting and wasting time. There is more than just an empty seat. It's a blatant lack of accountability to the residents who elected them. Our leaders deserved our our city deserves leaders who show up, speak up, and serve with integrity. It can't if you can't commit to the job, step aside for those who will. We're watching, we're fed up, and we will not stay silent. And he got a bunch of hashtags down there. Hashtag do better, accountability matters, show up or step down, community first. Woo. So this was just a disappointment to people who showed up that day and they were expecting to have a meeting and it didn't happen. And I'm not sure what this information is, I mean, the disconnect is, but it seems like from what the people are saying in the comments, what I've been told offline is that there's just seemed to be this feud between Touchstone and the other three people who didn't show up, and the mayor, and gosh, I can't remember his name, but yeah, it just seemed like they're warring with each other. And to me, again, nobody wins when the family feuds. If y'all not showing up, you're wasting taxpayers' time, y'all wasting residents' time who showed up to have their voice heard, and it's just not fair. So y'all better be counting down to the next election in West Park. Somebody DM me and let me know when the next election, so I can let the people know this is when y'all have the chance to speak up and have your voice heard if you tired of this BS, because this is craziness. Craziness. All five of them have an issue. Okay, Curtis. Curtis ain't holding back. No, Commissioner Touchstone wasn't there. Why not? Touch the stone. Are they doing this? But here's the thing. What's the protest? What is the message that they want to send? That they don't want the city to have a meeting that day? That they wanted to waste people time? Like, I don't understand. Trust through Touchstone showed up the next day for the free school giveaway photo op. Oh, not the West Park Strong people in the oh, elections have consequences. They dang sure do. And West Park people, y'all consequencing all through the thing. All of them immature and inexperienced. Oh, Curtis, tell us how you really feel. You know what I want to do? I want to have a special edition. We're gonna do that. We gotta plan it. I want a special edition City of West Park episode. And I want to talk to elected officials and everyday people, West Park Strong. We're gonna do a whole little forum. We may need to do this one in person too. Y'all know I like doing it now since we did Duce Lounge for the live talk show for live podcast for that part. We may need to do this one in public. We need to figure out, we need to air this out and figure out what the issue is and figure out some solutions. Because I'm tired of the people of West Park suffering at the hands of just people who can't get along. And to me, it just seemed like people who aren't talking to each other, and people are talking at each other. And maybe there needs to be some mediation or something where there could be a meeting of the minds. But I would love to have a special edition episode where we could talk this through to figure out what the root of the problem is and how do we move past this. And also, too, I got a DM that's saying they still cutting off the lights at the football field for the team that play in West Park. So they still ain't even come to a conclusion on that. I remember Jawan, he had a bunch of posts on social media, and we showed his feature. I mean, him speaking at the city, and seemed like they still not letting the people have the lights at the park. So I don't know why West Park wants to be in dysfunction like this, but y'all need to get it together, because the residents at the end of the day is the ones that suffer most, and that's who y'all took an oath and who y'all said y'all wanted to serve, and this is just not cool. Let's see what some of y'all comments saying. They want to dismantle the city because they do not agree with the mayor. Why? What did the mayor do? Save our city. Cohorts and flunkies endorsing it. Ooh, child. Curtis, you saying a lot today, Curtis. Curtis say he's sick of y'all shit in West Park. Curtis, are you running for office? Because sometimes people, when you say you have strong feelings, sometimes maybe you need to step up and lead and do something different. Yeah, definitely got to get it together. So West Park people, if y'all open to doing, even if we do it virtually, if y'all open to having just a forum on having just an understanding on what happened there, I would definitely facilitate that, because at this point, when y'all get to the point where y'all can't even have quorum to be able to have a efficient um city meeting, there's a problem. And y'all need to stop this shit. Y'all know better than that. These people, come on now. So moving right along on our hot topics. Oh, something else that I wanted to show with y'all real quick, since we'll put it here in the hot topics, is we are gonna now start doing some recaps of city meetings. And so I want to show y'all this real quick while we in the hot topics. And so this is actually some good news too. Um we shout out to our hard news reporter, Gabby Reed, who wrote this article. So if you want to know a recap of the Miami Gardens meeting, we have it there. And so a quick update from that meeting was the fact that for uh, State Representative Felicia Robinson gave an update that There was $1.6 million secured for Leslie Estates drainage as residents demand water justice. And so, she had this whole she was going on, a lot. She was doing a lot of advocating for City of Miami Gardens as a state representative there in Tallahassee, trying to get the water bill situation um fixed. And as you know, we've been covering this, and there are certain parts of Miami Gardens where the water bill is just out of control, right? And so so I said, help, yes, we're open to it for them. Okay, well, let's do it. Let's do it, West Park. And so she was doing a lot of work trying to get that bill passed, and for whatever reason, it was vetoed by Governor Ron DeSantis. Y'all could, make your own conclusions on that. But a crucial win was her securing $1.6 million in funding for a drainage improvement project in Leslie Estates in Miami Gardens. And so she came to the most recent Miami Gardens meeting on July 23rd to talk about that win. And also too, we'll be following up with her to see what her next steps are going to be to get that bill back in place to help Miami Gardens residents fight the city of North Miami. I think it's Beach, so city of North Miami or North Miami Beach, where they're like feuding with them to make sure that that water bill comes down, because you could live in one part of Miami Gardens and pay like double, triple of what someone else is paying, because certain parts is under the North Miami Beach water what water, oh yes, North Miami Beach, under their water jurisdiction, and other part is not. And so it's been causing a lot of issues for more than 20 years, and they were looking for the state to step in to help them with that. So just wanted to give a quick shout out and quick a blurb on that information for y'all, because y'all know we be trying to keep y'all up to date on what's going on super super locally. Another story in the hot topics, and this is hottie hot for real. This one, and shout out to my producer, because I didn't even know this one was happening. Was on reported on NBC6 South Florida. There is a arrest threat for the firing of the firing demand marsh. I don't even know what that means. Arrest threat, firing demand marsh sheriff negotiation with Deerfield Beach. But anyways, the Deerfield Beach and the sheriff is, they're having a dispute over here. These girls are fighting. These girls are fighting. So let's get into this article real quick. They don't have a picture up. This is bothering me. Okay, so let's just read it real quick. So put that on the thing. So we're going to read this article and let y'all know why these girls are fighting. A contract dispute between the Broward Sheriff and the city of Deerfield Beach has produced some nasty accusations, and the sheriff Wednesday saying he will ask the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to investigate the city manager for supposedly filing a false police report, one that claimed that the sheriff may have threatened the manager. FDLE quickly looked into the matter last week and found Broward Sheriff Gregory Tony did not make any threat that would constitute a crime, though their investigative report did say the sheriff's comments about the city manager, Rodney Brimlow, during a teleconference with his staff last week were crass. The city manager is not commenting, but a city spokesperson denied Brimlow filed the false report, noting FDLE has already received information about the nature of the sheriff's comments before the city manager contacted the agency. Regardless, caught in the middle are nearly 90,000 residents of Deerfield Beach, and whether they will continue to have sheriff deputies patrolling their streets. During the current fiscal year, they paid the sheriff $35.6 million for fire rescue and $34.2 million for law enforcement. Mayor Todd Drosky said the problem is with the sheriff who's insisted the city paid nearly 11% more for the police and fire next year, whether their contract limits the annual increase to 5%. Excluding certain benefits, insurance contributions. With those exclusions, the sheriff's offer in May was 2.3 million above what the 5% cap would have produced. The money the sheriff says is needed to boost salaries. The sheriff needs to negotiate in a good faith move going forward with the city to stick to the contract that we have in place, Drosky said Tuesday. Tony called his own news conference Wednesday to rebuke what the city has claimed. And y'all can read the full article there on NBC6. But the girls are fighting. What about the school in Miramar that was closed down before the school was set to open? Oh, y'all, I ain't know about that, LaWanda Warren. Y'all gotta let me know about this. LaWanda living my best, Warren. I didn't know about that. Put it in the what's the name of the school? I didn't hear about that. But see, so they Warren and going to they tussling over the budget. And right now, everybody budgets is tight, and Everybody's pulling up they tight to the purse strings for everything. So I'm not surprised they over there tussling. But the fact that it don't got nasty and investigations, now y'all know better than that. Y'all know how I feel about people wasting taxpayers' time and money. Figure that out, okay? What y'all do? Deerfield, not y'all having all type of secret meetings and doing things and saying crass stuff. The school is the Light Academy. Okay, we could talk about that one next week. If you have some information on that one, Lawanda, DM me either on our Instagram page, Hello News, or my personal page, because I want to dig into that one because I didn't hear about that, but that's definitely something we need to discuss. But yeah, they over there fighting over there about the money, girl. And Chef, Chef, not Sheriff Tony and the Deerfield people, they can't come to an agreement. So now it don't spilled out into the public. And so y'all can read that full article there on NBC6. Shout out to Ashley for bringing that to my attention because I didn't know the girls was fighting over money like that. But I did know the girls were fighting over this. And this is Miami-Dade County and their budget woes. Before we get into that, we got it's a little slightly messy. Thank you, Lawanda, but I wanna see how y'all feel about this story. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm reporting on it. Because I wasn't gonna report on it, but I was like, "Mm, maybe should be shared." So former Miami Gardens Commission candidate faces child abuse charge. Arraignment set for September. So let's share it who it is, y'all. I know the name. I don't think I know her personally, but girl, what you got going on? What you got going on, girlfriend? So let's see. We may need to let me make this a little smaller so y'all can see. Bam. So this was reported on by Le Floridian. And I'm gonna give y'all some tea on some things, but let's get into it. So former Miami Gardens commissioner candidate faces child abuse charge. So at first, when I first people send me tea, stuff like this all the time. I don't really usually run it because I'm like, whatever. We don't get into that stuff unless I feel like you're stealing from, like, say, you're an elected official and you're stealing from the government or the people that you were elected to represent. So that's when we start getting into crime stuff like this. At first, I thought it was a domestic violence situation. So because the details on that sometimes are very sketchy. You could be arguing with your spouse, your significant other, and get a DV charge. So because you may not know the details, I'm like, But when I read this and I said child abuse, I said, wait a minute now. Let's talk this one through. Let's bring this to the podcast and share it with the community. So let's read what Lay Floridian had to say about this. So I'm gonna have to increase this because I can't read that. We gotta put that back to 100. Um, Haitian American Pitchy Chantrell Escarment, a recent candidate for Miami Gardens Commission C5, is facing serious legal trouble after being arrested earlier this month on a child abuse related charge. Escarment, 47, was taken into custody on August 8th, 2025, in Miami-Dade County following the filing of a complaint and arrest affidavit alleging child abuse, neglect, and failure to report, with the case categorized under the county's sexual battery child abuse intake unit. Ooh. Court records show that Escarment appeared before a judge on her first appearance and bond hearing on the day of her arrest. The judge found probable cause on count one and granted her release on her own recognizance, meaning she did not have to post bail but must comply with the strict pretrial conditions. Among those conditions is a court-issued stay-away order prohibiting contact with the alleged victim and potentially other protected individuals. A public defender was appointed to represent her during the proceedings. And so the article goes on and on about what happened and when she'll show up for court and all this other good stuff. I mean, not good stuff, but all this other stuff. And so this was interesting to me because apparently the political rumor mill is alleged that she wants to run for state senator. And she wants to run for the position or the seat that Senator Chevron Jones currently has. Yep, the city manager backed out of the contract allegedly. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that one, Tam Bam. But yeah, so I thought it was interesting because Here's the thing. Personal matters are personal matters when it comes to elected officials. Like, I'll give people certain grace when it comes to, say they get in an argument with their wife or something, like things like I don't know. Even cheating in your sexual orientation, like I don't really rate that for me for your ability to lead, but I do think that it's a character flaw um when those things become public, especially in things dealing with kids. I think it becomes a little bit more tricky. And even when I say cheating, I'm like, those things are so nuanced in relationships that I don't really know, like, and I'm just putting out the Andrew Gillum's situation. We didn't know what his situation was with his wife. Apparently they have an open relationship, blah blah blah, like we don't know. So when it comes to those type of things with grown people, I don't rate that and hold that against you as a leader and your ability to be an effective leader and an elected official. Stuff with kids, I do start calling that into question, because it's kind of like, yeah, this is a call on your judgment and on your character if you are doing anything to harm kids. And the fact that it got to the point where the police needed to be called, that there's something questionable happening there that needs to be brought to the voters' attention. And see, here's the thing. You still have the right to make your decision on who you want to vote for yourself, but I also feel like this, sometimes things like this don't always get the light, and you don't know this about a person before you get into the ballot booth. So we're gonna be heavy on this election stuff for 2026, and this information that draws people character into play on if they could be an effective leader. We'll share those stories. Now, I will say this on the side of Sharon, not Sharon, her name isn't Sharon, Pitchy Chantrell Escarme. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but when you have companies like this, and I'm going to play devil's advocate. Child, we don't need no child abuse. There's an office in my regards that part. So here's the thing. This is because I did a little research. So she did get arrested. So this is factual, but this is what y'all need to be leery of when y'all see websites like this. One, there is no byline. It just says admin, right? So when you see websites like this that pop up, and they don't have a byline, and when I say byline, you don't know who wrote this, it's always gives sketchy, because there are a lot of political driven um websites and that are um masquerading as news sites, and they'll put out information like this. So they'll throw a rock and hide their hand, is what I call it. So to me, true journalism is, if I write something on High Low News, you gonna know that I wrote it. You gonna know that my reporters wrote it, because that's what journalism is. We stand by what we're saying. It also too is a punk move to say stuff like this, but not let somebody know that you're saying it. So that's something too that I did find a little sketchy, is that this is a site. It's a political site. They have different information about the Haitian diaspora. Let's go to their About Us page. But there's not a byline. And that's something you should always look out for. So it's taking a little bit of time for that to load. So I've never heard of the Le Floridian. But there's a lot of sites out there. I don't know. Senator Chevron Jones allegedly she wants to run for his seat. This lady who we're talking about. So okay, this came up. So Le Floridian, over the past 3 decades, Haitians have a blah 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 response. Okay. It's published, I guess it's a newspaper as well, and also a digital site, but it doesn't say. So they were established in 2001. So they've been around for a while. So I'll give them that. But that still doesn't mean that it's not a political situation. And let me explain to y'all what I mean. So there are political sites that are funded by PACs, by candidates, candidates probably wouldn't do it, because you can't um just do that publicly. Like, it has to all be on your campaign financing sheet. So you may not see them funding this, but PACs, you don't know who the money is behind. So you see PACs and people who are interested in manipulating the public view of a candidate. They'll get behind sites like this, what I believe this site to be, and they'll make sure that these are funded, right? but you'll never really know who's behind them. And so there are a couple of ones I've seen in Broward County, ones that are across the state, like they cover state news or whatever, but they're kind of like pay for plays or whatever. And so they're not real journalism. So I will always say be mindful of, especially if it's elected official being painted in a bad light, and they're on sites where there isn't a byline, where people aren't being clear and transparent and standing by what they're writing or what their content they're producing or stories that they're putting out there. That means that um there may be some political special interest behind not wanting to see a certain person ascend to whatever seat, and they want to put this out there. So now anybody can start their own websites and things like that, or newspapers. And a lot of these type of sites exist, and a way to spot those is, like I said, if you don't see a byline, if you don't see clearly who owns or who's producing something, it generally those are political sites where they're being driven by some type of special interest group or some type of pact. So all of that to say is pitchy. Oh wow, she's a former probation officer. Yeah, so with Pitchy being a former candidate, maybe she has some bad blood with people, and now they're pushing this out there about her. My thing is this: it is factual information for this because I did check it out, but you'll see stuff like this on certain sites about them. So that's why I was like, it was kind of a catch-22 for me. I'm like, am I going to report on it or not? But I do think that someone who wants to run for public office having a child abuse charges against them is something that the public should know, and that you should know going into the voter booth before you make a decision on her. And maybe later she'll explain something that I don't know what she could say to get herself out of this, but maybe it's something that we don't know about this story that caused these charges that maybe she'll come on the record later and talk about, and that's up to her to do. But I definitely think that for people who are in that district where Chevron is allegedly that she wants to run for this seat, that y'all should know this about her. So, this is one of our hot topics. And Pitchy, we see you got some what they be saying, Molly, you in trouble, girl. Pitchy, you in trouble, girl. Somebody want the people to know this information about you. And they be sending it. Our next and final hot topic story is Chairman Kionne McGhee is saying, not on my watch will you be cutting the money to the people. So let's share this article here, sharing this tab. Sorry, Pitchy, let me get you off my screen. So we go over to our friends over there at the Miami Times, who reported on this. Commissioner and Vice Chairman Kionne McGhee demands immediate halt to FIFA World Cup funding as Miami-Dade faces budget cuts. Now, this is the one that's been getting all of the information and all the teas and all the things and all of the worlds. But Commissioner Vice Chairman Kionne McGhee has been on Mayor Carver's ass and the whole Miami-Dade County's ass about cutting this budget money for community-based organizations. A lot of them are nonprofits like Christie House and Girl Power and uh, organizations that help combat gun violence and homelessness and helping with immigration services. He like, no way are y'all gonna cut this money on my watch. And kudos to Commissioner Kionne McGhee, because he's standing 10 toes down. Now let's get a little bit into what he had to say. And this was as reported by the Miami Times. Miami-Dade Board of County Commissioners Vice Chairman Kionne McGhee is demanding an immediate halt to government subsidies for the 2026 FIFA World Cup set to take place at Miami Gardens next June. The move comes shortly after Mayor Daniela Levine Cava revealed her proposed county budget for 2025-2026 fiscal year, rift with cuts to make up for a $402 million deficit. McGhee is asking that the $46 million currently set to be spent on FIFA-related activities be returned to support critical community programs according to a press release that was sent out. I was proud to support bringing a World Cup to Miami-Dade County, believing it would showcase our world-class community and drive economic growth, McGhee said in a press release. But the mayor's proposed budget, which guts critical nonprofits and our county's community action agencies, changes everything. When our residents are facing the loss of programs that keep communities alive, safe, and dignified, spending millions on FIFA stadiums and events becomes indefensible. I can no longer support it. Woo! During a press conference for her proposed budget earlier this month, Levine Cava noted the soccer event's importance to the Board of County Commissioners, which must grant final approval to the county spending plan in September. She noted a major cost benefit from the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which she said is projected to add up to attract up to millions of visitors and generate up to $1 billion in economic impact. However, according to the Miami Herald, Levine Cava's office on Friday released a statement expressing concerns about the World Cup funding. The mayor expressed concerns when the funding request was brought before the administration. The concerns remain as we balance critical needs in our community. The vice chairman cited severe cuts to senior support services, summer lunch programs for children, trauma counseling, and mental health services, testing of testing of backlog rape kits, cultural arts grants, and nonprofit funding in the mayor's proposed budget. Mm. And so this is one of the ones, the quote that hit me. What he said, until the mayor's proposed budget fully restored the $46 million to the organization saving lives in not neighborhoods, not stadiums, I will oppose every dime spent on FIFA, McGhee said. Miami-Dade's soul is not for sale. We choose communities over stadiums, people over spectacles, and compassion over glamour. My God. So Commissioner McGhee, keep the bag for the people. $400 million deficit. So the part of the $400 million deficit, yep. But her own that part. So a part of the $400 million deficit is the fact that created that was the constitutional offices that were created. So y'all know that the sheriff office, the the supervisor of elections, I think the tax, the I can't remember the exact name, but the office for taxing. It's like all those constitutional offices left a huge hole. Also, too, there was money from COVID and different things that were where there were stimulus money given over the years that has now disappeared from the budget that has not been replenished. So there's a couple of factors that play into the fact that there's a $400 million deficit. But to me, and to Vice Chairman McGhee's point, yeah, we now know this, and of course, and yeah, we may have supported FIFA in the past, but we can't justify still giving them $46 million and almost dang near cutting every grant, every all the funding to community-based organizations. And then also too, damn near eliminating the cultural affairs department as well. So a lot of those cultural grants that you see for art and events, that's gonna, that's in the on the chopping block as well. So um Commissioner McGhee is like, yeah, no, I can't stand for that. He said in releases that these programs, these social services, these community-based organizations help make me. There is no Kionne McGhee, there is no Vice Chairman McGhee without the support that the resources that these community groups gave. And I feel what he's saying, and I understand, and I'm total agreement. There can't be a total gut to these programs. There has to be a way for it, maybe not all the funding is returned, but there can't be a total gut of these programs. And so from my research, and we'll be having an article out about this, a lot of the money that is being spent is going to, of course, be on law enforcement and the big hole. Also to transit and housing is also to another big part of the budget. And then also one of the positive things from the mayor's proposed budget is that she's keeping flat, like she's not increasing property taxes, and she's keeping a lot of the affordable housing initiatives and programs that they had going. So it's just a really tough time with budget, as y'all see in Deerfield and in Broward County, they over there fighting over the budget right now. Miami-Dade County has their fights with the budget. And so it's just something to keep up. In September, they're going to have 2 budget hearings. Y'all could go to the website to see those exact days. Like I said, we're going to have an article up with that information. But in September, they're going to have the 2 final budget hearings before they adopt um the the proposed budget. And so definitely have your voice heard. We'll have information there on how you could sign up for public comment, how you could submit something virtually as well to be a part of the public comment section if you can't attend in person. But kudos to Vice Chairman McGhee for just standing up for community-based organizations. Even some small funding for High Low News has come through, indirectly from community-based organizations as well. So we definitely stand in that gap. And then also too, another article where I read was that these people are saying if we don't stand in this gap, the county can't do it, the cities can't do it. So then we'll just have just people going without services for mental health, for like they saw logging of rape kits, health services, crime prevention, like they just won't be there. So then now that's an impact on the community, and we don't want to see or want to know what it looks like to not have these social services at all. And so Commissioner McGhee is saying, look, we can't have this. And yeah, this is not good. This is not good. And the FIFA World Cup, they said that that's part of an initiative that Commissioner Gilbert was a part of to help bring that funding for FIFA. Of course, that's in his district. So you have that dynamic there because we do understand the tourism play of it and what the economic boost could be. But are we okay with it being at the expense of the community-based organizations that service, especially low income and underserved communities? Let me see what Gerald had to say. The Department of Cultural Affairs is being merged with the library. Yeah. But they're saying that a lot of that funding will be reduced too as well, Gerald. That a lot of the grants that the cultural affairs would have been able to do, they're not grant making, that they're not going to be able to do that with this proposed budget as it stands right now. Chef Rosie is asking for a $600 million budget that will make her more powerful than the mayor. That part. So yeah, these constitutional offices, they're asking for budget as well. And so that has to come from the county and be allocated towards them. So it's a really interesting time right now within the Miami-Dade County, and also to just different municipalities. But make sure y'all are up to date with what's going on with the budget and how that's going to affect you, what budget cuts are going to happen, because this affects your everyday lives, your everyday services. And there's still time right now to have your voice heard on what you want to see in the budget. And so yeah, just make sure you're there at those events. I mean, those budget hearings, especially in Miami-Dade County, if you want to have your voice heard, if there's a community-based group that you want to see still funded, that's your opportunity and your right to be able to speak about that publicly. And just wanted to share the fight that Vice Chairman McGhee has been on to help save the funding for these organizations, and the work that he's been doing behind that. So we'll have some more articles on High Low News going in depth about this and the budgets and how you guys can stay involved and up to date. So keep staying connected with us and keep watching and keep seeing these breakdowns as we give y'all news and hot topics that you can use. Guys, this has been a marathon of a show. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. For today, we have oh, wow. I want to make sure I do this before I get up out of here, because we have some advertisers that we need to shout out, and that's been supporting us. Y'all always know we like to pay our bills, support those who support us. So let's see. Um we have Black Business Month from the Greater Conventions and Visitors Bureau. Miami-Dade County has information about illegal dumping, and Miami-Dade County has information about using your water wisely. So, what we're going to do the quick and dirty way on how to do this live read. Um, we're going to go straight to the Instagram because we have all of our ads there. So, let's share this tab here. And let's give y'all the information that y'all could use. Here y'all go. So let's do our first live read. Keep. And that is the Greater Conventions and Visitors Bureau here. Shout out to our advertiser. Support Black-owned excellence in Miami. Discover, celebrate, and uplift Black-owned businesses across Greater Miami and Miami Beach. From restaurants to unique shops, your support helps these local gems thrive. Explore the guide here on miamiandbeaches.com. And if you're on our social media sites and on our website, you have a link there to see their full guide from the Conventions and Visitors Bureau of Miami, to see their full guide for Black-owned businesses for Black Business Month. So thank you for supporting us and support those who support us, y'all, High Low News family. So our next advertiser is, and let's pull this up for y'all. Illegal dumping. That's something that is issue here in Miami-Dade County. So let's share this next live read. Dirty crimes carry fines. Dispose of trash and debris properly. Miami-Dade.gov/illegal dumping for more information. Report illegal dumping in our county. Illegal dumpers can expect penalties, fine, and possible jail time. Dispose of your trash and debris properly. Visit Miami-Dade County. Visit miamidade.gov/illegal dumping for more information. And that is another of our advertisers or partners sharing helpful information for you. As you know, as you can see here, you could go to our social media page to get more information about that one. And also, to our last live read for the day is on using water wisely. And let's go to that one here. So, think you're conserving water? Sink again. Renovating your bathroom, save water and money with Miami-Dade County's Better Bathroom Program. Get up to $200 in rebates for high efficiency toilet faucets and shower heads. Visit miamidade.gov/better bathroom. So that was one of them. That wasn't the exact one, but y'all, they got a free little read right there. This is the one I needed to read. Ways to water wisely. From landscape irrigation rebates to smart irrigation practices, there are so many ways you can conserve water and save money when you water wisely. Learn how to receive a free assessment of your irrigation system and more by visiting miamidade.gov/water wisely. And so, as you can see, this information is on our social media page and our websites on ways you can conserve water and use it wisely. Shout out to Miami-Dade County, a very strong advertiser and supporter of High Low News. We appreciate them for seeing the value in our platform and sharing information with us so we could share it with you. Also, too, if you would like to have a live read or have your ad on our show, email me at Janae@highlownews.com. We could get you squared away, have your campaign rolling. We have very affordable rates. You guys want to get in early now and lock in with us because next year the rates are going up because we have been selling out a lot. So that's a good sign that the community is rocking with us and advertisers are rocking with us. But you got a chance to get in early now to save on your advertising rates with us. So it's been another amazing show. I appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms. We're on everything. Sign up for our email newsletter. That's for we have exclusive content for our loyal followers. You can sign up on highlowNewsMiami.com. Also, too, our weekly newsletter comes out every Saturday morning for you guys to have, all the news and information to enrich your everyday life. And of course, we do this podcast every Thursday at 5:30 p.m., giving you guys a breakdown of the news happening in South Florida and beyond. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. This has been another great, great show. And I will see you all next week. Much love. And yeah, bye.
There's a 1 in 8 chance that a woman will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. And for Black women, we're more than likely to be diagnosed before the age of 50. Head to BaptistHealth.net right now to schedule your mammogram and be on the proactive side of care. Mammograms save lives.
Hey, I'm back and I'll see y'all next week.
This was awesome. Thank you for tuning in.